The Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Wike, on Thursday, said plans are on the way to spend 15 billion naira for the construction of a new residence for the Vice President, Kashim Shettima.
He said 15 billion. Where we for offend them? 15 billion to build the house for vice president.
You use your generation to play.
And let them tell us, say, we will take this small baby stress of pain. They know why people follow us go this step.
Are you playing? What type of playing is this? This is playing.
Nobody is not there again. Eventually.
I just dey imagine as Wike go take talker. You can talk say he needs a befitting home. Civil servants they sleep early. He talks say one build a befitting home of 15 billion. Chineke, what have we done? So look, let me tell you, it is nice to build a befitting home for the vice president. He has tried. Now even NPC members now they shout. What of we, sir? We now voted. We are suffering.
You will handicap.
You don't concern them.
God have mercy.
This one, I don't know what they go put inside that house. I mean, I won't go carry White House come Nigeria. House where they use 15 billion build. They won't put vault inside. Imagine telling Peter Obi say you won't use 15 billion build house for vice president. You don't go even reason them before you come, self. If you don't reason them, I'm going to reason that for studio you go hear them. When they don't invite them for interview. How about you go tell her, Your Excellency, I heard that the Minister of FCT is proposing to build 15 billion naira house for the VP. Ruben, I don't know what you're talking about. Ruben will tell us, no, Your Excellency, Wike has been saying, the Minister of FCT, he said that he's going to use 15 billion. He's proposing, budgeting 15 billion to build VP's house. Ruben, you see, that is the rascality we are talking about. Ruben, how much is blocked today?
Oh my God.
Do you know how many people sleeping on the street? And you want to use 15 billion naira to build a house for one man? Ruben, you shouldn't have even said this. I am angry.
Una mind. No go talk.
Ruben,
Yes?
we are supposed to be ruling the people.
Okay.
Is it the people ruling us? Our government is supposed to be to cater for the people. Why are the people catering for us? Did they campaign to cater for us? We campaign to cater for them. What is going on here? Ruben, like I said during my campaign, you cannot come through the window and start cleaning the house. Mamma mia!
The Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Wike, on Thursday, said plans are on the way to spend 15 billion naira for the construction of a new residence for the Vice President, Kashim Shettima. Wike disclosed this when he appeared before a House of Representatives committee to defend the FCT 61.5 billion naira 2023 supplementary budget. Wike told the lawmakers that the construction of a new residence for the Vice President was approved in 2010 by the Federal Executive Council at the cost of 7 billion naira. But that the project was abandoned. The lawmakers questioned the minister on why he plans to spend such an amount on a building or building an edifice for the Vice President. Well, Wike said that it was to give the Vice President a befitting residence. All right. I mean, this is it. This is what we are facing. This is what we are facing. 15 billion naira for the residence of the Vice President. Let me just read something. Back in November, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu had signed, the 2.17 trillion supplementary budget into law. And in that Appropriation Act, the federal government allocated 2.5 billion naira to the renovation of the Aguda House as the Vice President's residence. Another 3 billion was earmarked in the 2023 supplementary budget for the renovation of the Vice President's residence in Lagos. The government also earmarked 4 billion for the refurbishing of the presidential residential quarters and an additional 4 billion for the construction of an office complex within the state. I mean, Dr. Abati, please, you have been around the government. 15 billion naira, is that what we should be spending? I mean, why is it important to build a new residence, not refurbish, not renovate, build a new residence for the Vice President? He does have a place to live.
I think we keep making this point again and again. Many of our leaders in positions are not sensitive to the feelings of Nigerians. The way Mr. Wike was reported as stated in the newspapers, I mean, many Nigerians will feel scandalized.
Absolutely.
Because the point is, the Nigerian government is always telling us to make sacrifices, But we don't see our leaders making enough sacrifice. Look at the National Assembly members in considering the appropriation bill that has now been brought by the president. They are more interested in constituency projects, how palliatives can be handed over to them to execute. So this is part of the problem. And we keep getting the kind of wrong signaling. Now, what is Mr. Wike's explanation when he was defending the supplementary budget? Number one, he said that it was the military that built Aguda House. Aguda House is up to now the official residence of the Vice President of Nigeria. Now, as you pointed out, we have been told that 2.5 billion was earmarked for the renovation of that Aguda House in the 2023 supplementary budget. And that has been passed by the National Assembly. So what happens to that 2.5 billion that has been passed? An additional 2.8 billion to renovate the residence of the Vice President in Lagos. So one would think that, okay, if renovation would help to give the place, to make the place more befitting, you can't argue to that. But Mr. Wike is insisting that the way the Vice President of Nigeria can have a befitting residence is for a brand new edifice to be erected. While there may be people who agree with that, many Nigerians will also say this is not the time for that.
Absolutely not.
And the contractor has increased the cost of this new edifice from 7 billion to 15 billion.
I mean, inflation
over a period of 30 years.
Yeah.
No, we understand.
Yeah.
We understand, to 15 billion naira. And the minister is saying FCT has already provided for 5 billion to start the work. Okay, we should go and check. When that building was approved in 2010, has some work been done there? Has the contractor collected some money? What is the state of the construction?
But he clearly said that it was abandoned. It hasn't been built.
Well, if he says it was abandoned, it means something was started. Okay? It means something. If it's an abandoned project, some processes must have gone into it. Well, the lawmakers should have asked for details in that regard.
Why was it abandoned in the first place?
Well, subsequent administrations didn't consider it a priority.
Thank you.
So they just left it at that level.
Thank
so
you.
if the renovation of the building is done, I think this is one of those projects we can keep on hold. And I'm sure that the vice president is not the one pushing for it.
I'm sure.
It's Minister Wike pushing for it and saying he will deliver the building by May 2023. There must be some other priorities that he can treat as a matter of urgency. Maybe when the economy improves and Nigerians are in a better place, if they like, they can go and build 50 billion structure. But for now, Nigerians say that would be a lot. Now, Minister Wike said something that was even surprising there. 60 million had been earmarked for publicity in the supplementary budget. Now he says he has increased it to 2.8 billion for publicity.
I saw that.
And when the question was asked, he said, no, you have to use money to make money. Now, this publicity, what is it? Placement of adverts? How will publicity be used to make more money?
Yes, now.
So these are the kind of expenditures
to pepper his enemies.
That people are worried about, and our public officials should just be sensitive to the feelings of Nigerians.
Fine.
It's to pepper his enemies now. Can't you remember when he said we've given some people newspaper, we didn't give some people? It's to pepper his enemies now. Oji, all I'm just going to say is, if we are sensible, if our leaders are sensible, you better cancel that 15 billion and cancel that money to be spent on renovation.
Correct.
Number 10 Downing Street, the British economy is way bigger than ours. Number 10 Downing Street is 339 years old house. That's where every world leader goes to visit the British. Guess what some prime ministers complain about number 10 Downing? It's too small. But they dare not say they want to go and build new prime minister's house.
Talk about bringing out 15 billion.
Talk about building 15 billion. Oji, that house we are seeing is 339 years old. It was started in 1682. It was completed in 1684. These guys don't care. They are wobbia. Eat. All of Nigeria. May God not allow them eat this country to do.
I mean, Rufai, thank you for bringing out that fact.
What is that if you work at the altar, you can eat at the altar. But don't eat the altar itself.
Those are eat the altar. They want to eat Nigeria. Nigeria.
All right, well, this needs to be reviewed.